Hey guys, today I want to share my project that I recently just finished. I bought a TRX4 Sport and I finally turned it into the LC70 as you see right in front of you. Um, I looked at a couple of videos online, found a couple tidbits here and there, and this is what I found of what works and what didn't work. So hopefully I could share and help somebody out there. But anyway, like I said, this is what I finally finished. It's a TRX Sport chassis. First, I'm gonna start off just showing you the overall look. Now, there weren't really many videos that are detailed in showing you how to do some of this stuff. So I'm going to go briefly through some of this. If you guys have any questions, just like I said, leave me a message and I'll try to get back to you. So basically, all I ordered was the Killerbody LC70, which I found actually on the manufacturer's website. It came as a bundle, it came with all the deals. You know, it came with the fender flares, the the body, and I even ordered the bumper through them because it was actually a little bit better pricing. It came with the the headlights. Obviously, it's not wired or anything for it, but I like this body a lot. And then the wheels, like I said, I got G-made wheels. These are the black G-made wheels, 1.9s with 4.7-inch tires. And everything else is pretty much I reused from the TRX Sport. And it was very minimal modification. Like I said, it's not too bad. Now this bumper actually is from the TRX4 bumper right here. It actually fits right in there perfectly. I don't know if you can see it, but like I said, it fits on there perfectly. It looks like it's part of the truck. I mean, I think it looks pretty decent. Now, the only tricky part was trying to get the suspension. Like I said, the back part, I saw online, everybody tried the cantilever. Or you can just, I've seen some people do where they cut a hole right here to let the suspension towers come out so that way you can slide the body on the hood. But I didn't want to do that because this is an expensive body. Anyhow, so I ended up using a cantilever. Well, actually, let me pop open and show you what's inside, okay? So basically, this is what's inside. Like I said, now the cantilever, I've seen everybody do it the other way. It was pointing backwards. I flipped it because this makes more sense and the weight's more, I'm trying to do a mass centralization in the front to keep the weight in the middle, not anything in the far back. So anything in the middle and to the front. And it kind of helps. Now this setup, I've seen several setups that I'm just very confused with. But this setup works the most sense to me. After I've seen so many of them where if you push down, it would lock up, it would bind. Now this setup, like I said, I put it this way, and it actually is more stable. The other way, I think you have more vertical travel. This way, it's kind of limited. You can't go anymore because of how I set it up, which is kind of good. I don't want too much articulation because it would cause the vehicle to be unstable. But anyhow, this is how I did it. Like I said, I ordered the brackets from them, and I basically just did Velcro because of ease of installation. Put Velcro, the bracket that comes with it. This is a stock factory TRX bumper, and it came with the sliders. I ordered the sliders, and the reason I went with their sliders, like I said, you can do it so many ways you can do this, but I try to go to the simplest and least amount of cutting and modification. But basically, I got their sliders because it has these little grooves right here. If you can see, these are the tabs that lock on to the side right here. So basically, these tabs right here, these ones right here, this one, help align the body to sit correctly. And in the front, like I said, I bought their bracket too. Piece of Velcro, something simple. Let's see. And then, like I said, I seen online where people had to move the ESC, which I don't know why, but I didn't have to move anything. And just everything bolted right on and buttered against it perfectly fine. And then the only thing I had to move was the transmitter box in a little bit, which is simple. Just 2 holes, just move it in. You know, you drill 2 holes and 2 new holes and move the transmitter box in. And then the other modification was bend this antenna down a little bit, so that way the body can sit. Now, I mean, and the other thing I said, I think this factory tray from Traxxas is pretty well designed already. And I didn't feel like getting into the lower modified center gravity tray, because I think it's just a waste of money. Because there's only so much you can go. There's only so much you can go below there. You know, like I said before, you know, when the suspension compressed before it hits this bottom tray. So you literally just throwing the money away. That's what I think. So I left it there, and I got a piece of ABS plastic here. And my battery I can Velcro in a different position, so that way it gives me my I can adjust my center of gravity according to different courses or whatever you want to call it. But basically I can move it all the way front or all the way back, and it gives me the ability to run a big pack of battery up here that's going to sit inside the cab here. So basically I just lined it up. Let's see what else. Other than that, I mean, there's really not much you need to do in order to make this body fit onto here. It was pretty straightforward. The only puzzle was the suspension. Now, I bought this knockoff. This is not a extra speed, you know, cantilever suspension that everybody's raving about online. But I just bought this knockoff off of eBay, and this is a KYX brand. Seems to be working just fine, obviously. The spring rate, I think the spring rate is appropriate for me. I don't want it too soft, because like I said, it might be unstable. So I got it just right to where it's stiff enough to where it'll articulate correctly. Now this, all you have to do was, like I said, you flip this bracket. Originally this bracket was like this way from the factory. Then I just flipped it upside down. Actually, you know what? Let me give you a better idea. Let me just flip this thing over so that way you can see what's going on. So give me a second here. So basically this is the back part, and if you can see it, but basically it's just a plate. You know, the extra speed, comes with this fancy little, you know, this factory plate. They make a plate that actually slides in there perfectly. This, like I said, is eBay knockoff, whatever you want to call it. Just made a plate and just made it really simple to install. Yeah, obviously, like I said, and it works. It works. It's stiff enough to where it needs to do what it needs to do. But that's about it. Now, I know the body, I could probably do a magnetic mount or whatever everybody else is doing for ease. But I just, like I said, I'm just trying to keep it simple. Magnet mount probably would work really well, but the Velcro is so cheap and it's so forgiving that I can play around with. That, like I said, these are the industrial style toughness or whatever grade. So it's got, I think, 16 or 20 pounds of force, of pull force, before you could even separate the Velcro. So I think for now I'm gonna stick with this. But like I said, I just wanted to finish this project after so long, and I seen some information here and there that I was kind of puzzled. But once again, like I said, the biggest puzzle was this suspension. It does work this way. It works perfectly fine. Like I said, you still got plenty of articulation. I mean, you still got plenty of articulation. You know, like I said, it's plenty. The back end does rub on the fenders a little bit. The tire, the size of this tire. But like I said, you know, online you would see this. Everybody flips it to the back. Then I mean, I know these don't weigh a whole lot, but you don't want any weight on the back. So I try to move the weight, and like I said, with how the suspension is compressed, I think it kind of helps with the geometry of it to help push the truck that way, as opposed to how it was sending it. It was just kind of awkward. And I seen a couple of other designs online, you know, like real life vehicles, that this actually makes more sense to have it this way. But like I said, I'm trying to mass centralize the mass in the center and forward on, not to the back part of it, because I think the back part here has plenty of weight. And again, like I said, if you flip it the other way, there's multiple configuration you can do. But if you flip it the other way, like I said, I think it gives you more vertical travel. So this kind of, see how mine just limits, it won't go any higher, you know. But if I flip the other way, I can get massive articulation. I can lift up the wheels, but that's too much. I mean, it's not useful anymore. It looks cool, but it's not useful anymore. But once again, like I said, this is what I got going on. And cool thing about this factory tray, like I said, you still got a little recess area here for a small little battery to fit. So I can actually fit, like I said, a big pack here and a small pack to get the weight in the middle still. So this thing, the weight, I like the weight in the middle because I think that's a happy medium. I was gonna move the battery up here, but I'm just tired of. I just wanted the finished product already. So hopefully the next couple of videos I'll give you guys of it running and doing some obstacles and stuff. But right now I'm still ironing out some. Or actually, I still got other projects going on. Anyways, again, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.